Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I am sharing a game, my first match from the Woodburn Games in Cincinnati, Ohio, Energon Invitational Qualifier. Four of us showed up, so we were able to hold a qualifier, and I didn't have time to adjust anything. Really, I've been busy with work, so I just brought my Gencon deck because it's the only deck I had built with a sideboard. And my first opponent is running a Devastator. And here he elects to go first with Devastator. And it's been a while since I played against Devastator. But I think the play here is pretty standard. You flip Scrapper first because he lets you convert your dead Constructicons into tower tokens. And he is swinging with Scavenger, who is 3/5/1, and when he attacks like all the Constructicons in vehicle mode except for Scrapper, you get to put a height counter on the tower. My opponent deals 5 damage into General Optimus, and I take 2 of it. I feel like he could have been fine going after Wheeljack here. Wheeljack does more damage to Devastator when he's all combined. I think at this point I didn't really have anything in my hand, so I just pressed the advantage to drop Scavenger by 2 and swing with Drag Strip. With press, I'm dealing 4 to Scavenger, and I got my blue and orange pips, so I get to draw 2. I'm pretty happy with that turn. I'm not worried about Drag Strip dying, so hopefully I can get a turbo booster to get another swing in with him. And at this point, you know, I've dealt 4 to Scavenger. I'm not really going to try and attack into him again. My goal is to spread out as much damage as possible into Devastator before he combines. So my opponent plays Builder's Tools onto Long Haul, which lets him build up his tower faster when Long Haul attacks. And he's supercharging Long Haul, transforming Scavenger, and swinging Long Haul into Drag Strip. So his tower goes up by 2, and he's swinging 2 Bold 3 into Drag Strip. So I'm not crazy worried about that. So he's swinging with 6. So I draw for my turn, and I draw the turbo boosters, so I'm able to play that on Drag Strip, which lets me draw and scrap a card since I left Wheeljack in alt mode. I don't always do that, but sometimes I do if I'm pretty confident I can get my untap effect. And Drag Strip now going into Long Haul to spread out some of that damage. So I'm swinging with 10 to kill Long Haul. I do not get my draw. But that's okay. That's a dead Constructicon, which builds the tower up, but spreads some damage out again. So my opponent, I think, is trying to figure out who they want to switch next. They flip Bone Crusher, and they swing with Mixmaster. Oh no, okay, so I was wondering if they hadn't. Okay, so they put the Builder's Tools on Mixmaster, swing with Mixmaster, build their tower up again. So they deal 9, I take 3 off, 6 still kills Drag Strip, but I'm sitting with an unhurt Wheeljack, and I'm feeling pretty good about this game at this point, because I'm just gonna, for the next 2 turns, I'm gonna pop their guys. I don't need the bold 4 on Wheeljack. I might play a little more defensively, just keep popping guys until Devastator combines, and then try and get a big Wheeljack swing into Devastator. So I upgrade Wheeljack with the Noble's Blaster, which lets me draw and scrap. I flip Wheeljack at this point to get the Bold 3. I know I've got a weapon in my hand. Maybe I'm rethinking it. Yeah, so here's where I'm playing defensively. I don't think I need the Bold 3 to kill or do a chunk of damage. So enough to kill, since I only had to deal 4 damage there. And I keep my defense up for a turn, which, you know, any bit of damage I can mitigate while I'm waiting for Devastator to combine, I am totally fine with. So the counter at this point is 6, which I know will give Devastator Bolt 2. I'm trying to see if I can kill or force the combination before the counter hits 10. Hook gets flipped. And my opponent rapid converts to get one of his dead guys into bot mode and send Bone Crusher into Wheeljack with the Pierce. So he's swinging 5 Pierce 2, which deals 3 to Wheeljack. I'm kind of okay with that. Really, I'm not worried about anyone dying until Devastator forms, and at the rate I'm popping guys, I'm not too worried about that. There I get the Turbo Booster on Wheeljack, drawn and scrap, letting me kind of sculpt my hand, just waiting, you know, I'm looking for grenade launchers and stuff and saving them for when Devastator shows up, basically. Because, again, I don't need any of that stuff to kill the little guys. I'm never going to attack Scavenger since he's just got 1 health left. I'll just keep popping the other guys. And here I'm doing math to think about if I want to swing with General Optimus or Wheeljack first. And I think I want to flip General Optimus, get his bold one, tough one, and focus. And I'm swinging with 8, popping Bone Crusher, no problem. So I've got 3 Constructicons left on the field. Now everyone is transformed. Devastator gets to transform, and he gets his heal with a tower at 7, so he gets 7 healed, and he had 18 damage on him, 33 health combined starting out. The 18 takes him to 15, and healing 7 takes him to 22. So I'm still with that health, 22 health left. I'm still feeling pretty good. General Optimus Prime will get a swing. He Enforcement Batons my Noble's Blaster. So he's swinging with 6 or 7 Bold 2 with his Enforcement Batons into General Optimus. So he's swinging with 11, 12. Optimus takes 3 off. So I take 9. I flip Wheeljack. So he's gonna have bold 3. Press, Wheeljack, and Devastator, and Grenade Launcher on Wheeljack. I'm feeling pretty happy with this swing. Devastator has 0 defense with press. Wheeljack is swinging with 12 base. And I've got bold 3. So I'm swinging with 17. And Devastator's got 5 health left. Yeah, so I mean, I think I got this one in the bag. And yeah, I think I was tempted to play weapons earlier, but when I started really paying attention to the Constructicons, I saw how fragile they were and how I really didn't need to. So I'm pretty happy with this matchup. So he's swinging 12 into Optimus. He defends 4, but he's still very dead, but I'm okay because I get another Wheeljack swing. And again, I'm swinging with 6 bold 3. I'll press again, and I'll improvise shield for now because I didn't really have a weapon to play. But I'm still swinging with 8 against 0 defense, and that's game. Yeah, 14 in, good game. And now I won, so I get to declare whether I'm sideboarding, and I believe I decide to sideboard. I get rid of Wheeljack and Drag Strip and go 2 wide. I feel like 2 wide versus the Constructicons is a better bet. And then I don't remember off the top of my head, I think I swap out almost all 10 cards in my sideboard, which is just like a ranged damage package. Since I'm running 2 Optimus Primes, who have, among their 4 modes, have 3 ranged modes. And Photon Bombs is a big one I'm putting in. The plan here is Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend hopefully flips Photon Bombs on attacks. 2 Photon Bombs kill like half his guys, but it also just puts damage on Devastator in general. Each time I attack, I feel confident that I'm going to pop a Constructicon So the goal is photon bombs and armed hovercrafts to get damage throughout the team to again put Devastator in a pretty weak position before he even combines. And my opponent elected not to sideboard, which, I mean, with Constructicons, I imagine it's pretty hard to sideboard. And he elects to go first again, which I think is probably the right move for him. Because otherwise I would kill Scrapper turn 1. And he goes into the General. He's only getting 1 damage through Optimus's defense, even without his ability to grant tough to himself. And there is the armed hovercraft to put a damage on everyone. So there is, you know, I'm thinking in terms of Devastator's 33 health. He's now at 25. And I flip Optimus and swing him, looking at what I can flip. So I go ahead and put Marksmanship to deal 2 damage to Scrapper. And I go ahead and pop my first Constructicon. And I could have picked up a press there, but I felt like with these 2 guys, it's not really needed. There's Builder's Tools on Long Haul. So Long Haul is going into Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend with a Reckless Charge. So he's swinging for 6. So he's swinging for 8. I defend with 3 and I take 5. But again, not that worried at this point. And I think at some point I realized that when I was sideboarding, I accidentally dropped a One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall instead of a Turbo Boosters. So I did mess up. I've got a Turbo Boosters in my deck that I absolutely can't use. So I flip Optimus Prime back to alt mode to fish out some direct damage. I thought about picking up a Marksmanship, but if I'm popping Constructicons fast enough that there's not a bot mode for me attack, instead I pick up One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall. So I play One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall to put 3 damage on some guys. So I go ahead and put some damage onto Hook, who's got 7 health, you know, to get some damage out, because I'm not going to attack Hook anytime soon. And I'm swinging 5 into Long Haul, who pops. And he wants Enforcement Batons, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. I guess he wants to get rid of the Ion Blaster of Optimus Prime if possible. And here, you know, going 2 wide versus 6 wide, he has a lot less time to transform between rounds. And he's choosing to get rid of the Ion Blaster of Optimus Prime, which makes sense if he wants to deal some damage to the General. And he's swinging into General Optimus here. So he's swinging with 7. And there's my Turbo Booster that I did not get rid of. So Mixmaster goes into the General. And now I'm at 10 damage. Hook goes in. No damage goes through. And yeah, that's the problem with Constructicons. Their attack's just so small. I think their attack should have been higher, even if their defense and health didn't change. I think it's tough for them to be competitive when it's so hard for them to push damage through. Make them easy to pop, but they should have been able to deal more damage. Flip Optimus back into bot mode, Battlefield Legend that is. Play the Matrix, and I'm thinking of where I want to put it. I'll go ahead and put it on Battlefield Legend because he'll last longer than General Optimus, I think. So there's enforcement batons, and I'm thinking about who I want to attack to deal the most damage. Flip or swing Optimus, and I don't really have anything, so I get the treasure hunt to scrap 4 and pull the weapons into my hand, or the upgrades in my hand. Pop another Constructicon. And he's still got 2 Constructicons to combine, so without a rapid conversion, I think I'm not worried about this fight. At this point, the thing is I haven't seen Photon Bomb, so it's getting to the point where Photon Bomb is not helpful against the team because I popped them so fast. Oh, and there, okay, I wanted to make sure I show this on video. Look at too many whites in the deck. That's a problem, I think, for it. That was all whites and and a no pip card. So that's tough. No damage getting through to the General. Or Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend is at 10 damage. So I mean, Devastator will be able to kill someone when he combines, but I think... oh, and there I Leap of Faith. So Armed Hovercraft, I get to deal a damage to each guy again. And I also flipped a Marksmanship. So, Marksmanship kills another guy, and the General goes into Mixmaster, which kills Mixmaster. So now it's 1 guy versus 2, and there's no Devastator for him to combine into. So that's tough. By the time I saw my Photon Bombs to pull back, by the time I flipped a Photon Bomb in my scrap pile to pull back, it was too late. But I guess that's a good problem for me to have. And yeah, I wanted to share this match because I got to use my sideboard. And I thought, you know, this deck I like a lot. I'm happy with the deck. I'm happy with the sideboard. And here we're going through the math on who he can kill. So he needs 5 to kill General Optimus, 6 to kill Battlefield Legend, and he's got a Power Punch. So if he gets the oranges... so I think the deck makeup for Devastator can definitely use some work. There seems to be a chunk of white more than he needs. And then I didn't see things like that I expected, like Erratic Grenade or anything. Okay, so I decide to be stylish. I'll flip Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend to pull Photon Bomb back, do a damage to everyone, which does kill his last guy. Good game to my opponent, and catch you all on the next one. Thanks, everyone.